16.
Hello and welcome. Under the headline, UAE deploys Israeli radar in Somali as Poseiso becomes a secret hub for Sudanese Rapid Support Force efforts. Defense Security Asia revealed that Abu Dhabi is using Poseiso Airport as a logistic hub to supply weapons to the Rapid Support Force. According to reports, Puntland President Saeed Abdullah authorized the UAE activities without formal approval from the Somali federal government or the Puntland regional parliament. According to two Somali sources, these arrangements were described as a secret deal, with even senior officials remaining unaware of the operation. The website reports that the United Arab Emirates has deployed an advanced Israeli-made military radar system in Puntland, the region of Somalia, to protect the airport from potential attacks by the Yemeni armed force. The radar system, known as the ELM 2084 3DA-ESA, was installed near Boseso Airport earlier this year, according to satellite imagery dated March 2025. The radar is an advanced system developed by ELTA, a leading Israeli defense company. Foreign ministers of military-ruled Sahel state of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger said on Monday they endorsed an initiative offering them access to global trade through Morocco's Atlantic port. The West African nation, run by jantas that have taken power in Coast in recent years, withdrew from the regional group ECOWAS last year and formed an alliance known as the Confederation of the Sahel State. Saad is a Houthi stronghold that has been previously targeted in the U.S. strikes. Morocco, a major investor in West Africa's financial and agriculture sector, announced its trade access initiative in November 2023 after ECOWAS imposed trade restrictions on these three states. Journalist Mustafa Bakri, a member of the House of the Representatives, said that the visit of Lieutenant General Abdul Fattah al-Burhan, chairman of the Sudanese Sovereignty Council, to Egypt is important for several reasons. The first is the victories achieved by the Sudanese army, specifically in Khartoum, Omdurman, and the central region of Al Jazeera. Bakri added that during a Skype interview on Al Arabiya Al Hadath that the second factor is Egypt's support for the legitimate government in Sudan. He noted that Egypt does not deal with militias or unrecognized forces, and that Egypt stands with the Sudanese army, which represent the Sudanese street and the legitimate force in Sudan. According to Bakri, the third factor is the Sudanese army is preparing to lift the siege imposed on al-Fashir. He noted that the Sudanese army has begun reclaiming many of the occupied areas to restore the independence of the Sudanese state. For his part, Ambassador Hussam Isa, former Assistant Foreign Minister for Sudan's Affairs, said that al-Burhan visit in light of the recent victories achieved by the Sudanese army is particularly important, especially as the military situation in Sudan is clearly taking a turn in favor of the state institutions and the Sudanese armed forces. Therefore, Governor Minni Arko announced that Abdul Rahim Daglo miraculously escaped the grip of the regular force during the recent attack on Al-Fashir, North Darfur State. He explained that Abdul Rahim Daglo personally led the attack. For his part, the commander of the 6th Infantry Division in Al-Fashir, Major General Muhammad Ahmad Al-Khadir, announced that the division force and their supporting force repelled the militia's attack on Al-Fashir from 4 directions yesterday, Monday. He noted that the battle began at 8 a.m. and lasted for more than 7 hours, during which the militia mobilized all the capabilities using heavy machinery. Despite the mobilization of the equipment and supplies, their plot failed. Major General Al-Khadir added that the leader of the attack was eliminated, along with a large number of the militia's members. Chairman of the Sovereignty Council Al Burhan addressed the opening session of the Civil Service Conference, which began this morning in Port Sudan. The conference aims to addressing shortcomings in the job performance, correct professional conduct, and evaluate the positive and negative of the country's civil service by highlighting the concerns and mistakes that have emerged in the current period. The conference is being held under the general supervision of the Vice President of the Sovereignty Council, Lieutenant General Malik Aqar, and is chaired by the Minister of Labor and Administrative Reform, Professional Ahmed Ali Abdur Rahman. The conference include preparations or presentation of several specialized academic papers. The conference attended by a number of federal and state ministries, as well as leaders of civil administrations and experts. Professor Abbas Abdullah Abbas, chairman of the Sudanese Banks Union, was elected as a member of the Executive Office of the Union of Arab Banks, representing the Sudanese Bank Union. This is in recognition of the role of Sudan, the Sudanese Bank, and the role of the Sudanese Bank Union Board of Directors in the various activities of the Union of Arab Bank. The election came amid circumstances in which Sudanese Bank faced harsh challenges and the consequences of war. However, in a short period of time, they were able to absorb the shock and carry out their activities competently, placing Sudan in the center of appreciation in these forums. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney completed a comeback victory for the governing Liberals on Monday election, positioning himself for a global role of the champion of multilateralism against U.S. President Donald Trump's more protectionist policies. The first person to lead to G7 Central Bank has the experience to earn immediate international credibility, experts say. Carney's tough words for Trump during the campaign have been closely watched in other parts of the world. Attacks in Nigeria's northeast by Boko Haram and its splendid rival ISWAP has raised fears of major comeback by jihadi, whose tactics now include armed drones and explosive device planted on major roads, security experts said. At least 22 people were killed in the weekend by militia in Adamawa and Borno State, while 26 others died on Monday after an explosive device ripped into 2 vehicles in Borno. This was your today's news by Sniper TV. Thank you for watching and goodbye.
Music Studio.